you know? All right, it's time for Grace with the news.
Hello. I'm not going to stick with this totally, but I do have to tell you, Howie, I think the New York Post is on to people like us who just live for the covers because now they're putting out like options. You know how celebrities do this where they say, which dress should I wear tonight to the Oscars? Now the New York Post is saying like, these are some of the covers that we might use tomorrow. And there's two. One is Dancing in the Drunk and one is Glory Dazed.
I think Glory Dazed. Well, how about Bomb to Run? That was one of their leads in one of the stories. Bomb to Run is pretty good too.
You might have to reach out.
Glory, I don't know though. I think Glory Days wins because it's the fewer words you have on the front page of the tab, the more effective it is.
It's a nice picture of him playing his guitar. Howie, I wanted to ask for your take on this whole Mark Cuban thing. He's decided that his NBA team is not going. They're not even going to play the national anthem.
Speaking of tools, you know?
I totally agree.
Oh yeah, I mean this is ridiculous. I mean, how many more reasons did you need not to watch the NBA?
Well, the NBA they're so big on virtue signaling, like whether it's putting people's names on the back of their jerseys or, not playing the national anthem. But when it comes to China and standing up to them and the oppressive government in China, they say nothing. Right. They just, cash the checks.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hypocrites.
Yeah, no, it's just ridiculous. I think I know the last NBA game I ever went to was right before the beginning of the lockdowns, Miami versus the Celtics. And I don't think I'm ever going to go to another one.
I don't blame you.
And Howard. You know what? I'm not going to be sad. I'm not sad about that. I'm just stating it matter of factly.
Howie, another thing, I had talked about this today during my show, but I think it's worth bringing up again because I know that you always keep tabs on this kind of wokeness. Aunt Jemima breakfast brand renamed Pearl Milling Company. Aunt Jemima is no more.
Well, I'm glad that they named it after one of my late beloved pugs, Pearl. But other than that, it's pretty ridiculous, isn't it?
I just have never understood when you have such when you have such name recognition, changing it for a few people on Twitter who are offended by everything. People are going to be offended no matter what. And I said this during my show. I'm like, is it worth turning off people who actually buy the product to please people who definitely don't buy the product?
Yeah,
I used to buy Aunt Jemima's syrup. Now I'll buy Mrs. Buttersworth.
Yeah. I mean, Aunt Jemima didn't exist, despite what people are going to text me now. But there was no Aunt Jemima. There was a woman who was the model for Aunt Jemima after they invented this product. There's no Mrs. Butterworths either. Are they going to get rid of why don't they get rid of Mrs. Butterworth as a symbol of white supremacy?
Buttersworth.
I don't know. I don't get it. I'm with you, Grace. I don't understand why they had to get rid of Aunt Jemima. I don't know why they had to get rid of Land O'Lakes Indian either, for that matter.
The people that the few people that they're who are offended by whatever it is, who they're trying to make happy, aren't actually their target audience. Like, trust me, Aunt Jemima's target audience for their syrup is yours truly, Grace Curley. I actually eat it. And so I don't understand the point behind that. Howie, another thing I wanted to mention to you is that, did you see Devin Nunes was taken off Twitter? They suspended his account.
That was probably to be expected. What did he do exactly?
You know what? It doesn't say. I mean, I'm sure he just disagreed with Jack Dorsey's ideology, but they've taken him down. It's just like one of many people who are no longer going to be.
By the way, Bruce Springsteen has just announced he's not going to drink Lion and Kugel beer anymore. You know why?
Why?
They used to make it in Chippewa Falls.
Oh, very good.
It's on PC.
Howie, did you see this interaction between Neera Tanden and Joe?
I did. I heard
John
about
Kennedy,
it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, why don't you play this cut? This is a good cut. This is the good. This is the good senator from Louisiana.
This woman, Neera Tanden, she's tweeted about everybody. Like, if you think you have a bad Twitter history, this lady has a worse Twitter history. She has said terrible things about Republicans and Democrats, and now Biden wants her to be the budget person, the budget nominee, and she's being asked about these tweets that were vicious. And this is what Senator Kennedy points out. He's like, these weren't tweets that made fun of people's ideas. You are making these very personal about people.
Cut 22.
I have to tell you, I'm very disturbed about your personal comments about people. It's not just one or two. I think you deleted about 1,000 tweets. And it wasn't just about Republicans. And I don't mind disagreements in policy. I think that's great. I love the dialectic. But the comments were personal. I mean, you call Senator Sanders everything but an ignorant slut.
He later corrected the record and said, "I just want to be clear. I was not calling him that. I was just making the statement."
He didn't want one of those confusion situations like Louis Gohmert had when they were calling for him to be exiled from Congress and prosecuted when he was quoting Nancy Pelosi.
Exactly. And Howie, this is just Donald Trump is now under criminal investigation in Georgia. The drama in Georgia didn't end with the Democrats winning both Senate races in early January. Now prosecutors in the state are moving forward with a criminal investigation of Donald Trump. This involves his phone call with Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger. Howie, I said
it was so criminal. They had about 20 other people on the line, at least half of whom were lawyers, probably. So he was obviously conspiring.
I said this earlier today, and I really think it really summarizes exactly what this is. The series finale of Seinfeld was just a reason for them to bring in anyone who ever had a problem with the characters.
Yeah.
And they brought up like the soup Nazi and Newman, the mailman, and they brought up everybody. This is what this impeachment is. It's just a reason for all these people to get up there and complain about how Orange Man is so bad and they hate him so much and he ruined all their fun.
I know. I was sitting in the green room there, Grace, on the TV, and they said, we have to go to this Pennsylvania congresswoman. And she's like, and then he filed a lawsuit in Pennsylvania in the civil court and he lost it. And then there was a lawsuit in the Eastern District of Michigan and he lost it. I'm thinking to myself, this is a high crime or a misdemeanor to file a civil lawsuit. They can impeach 150 million people in America if this is the standard they're going to use.
No, I totally agree. Like half the stuff they were saying, they were even showing clips of him from interviews where they said, "Will you accept the results of the election?" And he said, "I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I will." And I understand that because they're trying to put him in a corner where he says, "Yes, I will." So he would say, "I don't really know if I'm going to." Now they're playing that as if that gives them a right to impeach him or convict him a second time. Like, you can't have free speech anymore. He can't say that he's going to question an election. When that guy Raskin did it, nobody had any problem with it.
Yeah, let's play this.
Indifference and utter disregard for everything that is good and decent has wrought the very foundation upon which our society is built.
Who was that?
That's Judge Art Vandelay.
Yes.
Let's play Jamie Raskin. This is Jamie Raskin, the missing Marx brother, he's the head. FaceTime. Yeah, he's the head of the impeachment lawyers. And this is his flashback objecting to the Florida electoral votes. I guess this was in 2000, was it? I don't know. Cut 18.
I have an objection because 10 of the 29 electoral votes cast by Florida were cast by electors not lawfully certified because they violated Florida's prohibition against dual office holding.
Debate is out of order.
Impeach him.
Seriously.
He's inciting an insurrection. Go ahead.
I totally agree. Howie, by the way, French officials are warning that American cancel culture and woke leftism is a threat to the country. Did you hear this story?
I did. Yes, I did. This is something. It's like France and the rest of Europe. They've been allowed to behave like adolescents for 70 years because there was always an adult in the room, and that was the United States of America that was willing to protect them from the Russians or the Muslim terrorists or whoever. And now, guess what? The United States is out of the serious adult business.
Right, and it kind of reminds me of a column that Kurt Schlichter wrote recently about wokedom, and he said people get woke to how bad this stuff is very quickly when it starts affecting your life. And the fact that Macron is speaking out about this really shows you that woke culture is not
I know.
an ideology you want to be part of.
He's the pajama boy of Europe, Macron. And he's concerned about it? What does he think somebody's going to come in and steal his video game?
But Howie, this is what drives me crazy. And it's just not Macron. But whenever I think of him, I think of Justin Trudeau because he's another one who's like a liberal, the handsome liberal person that the media loves. Mm-hmm. It just drives me crazy how these guys have to have it so in their face for them to wake up to it. Like Trudeau is like, oh, I'm so upset about the Keystone XL pipeline. How did you not see this coming down the pipe? Like the Biden said he was going to do this, but it's only when it affects their pocket or them exactly that they say, oh, this might not be a good idea.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. Hey, can we hear a little bit of Bruce Springsteen again talking about the red and the blue?
Oh God.
I just want to hear a little bit of that.
The red and the blue.
It's no secret. The middle has been a hard place to get to lately. Between red and blue.
Ha, stop it right there. Between red and blue. The texter has come up with the interpretation of that. Johnny Walker red and Johnny Walker blue.
I thought those were the lights you saw in his rear view.
Guys,
that
by the way,
too.
Before I leave you, Howie, I just want to remind people that if you get to the 110 Grill in Plymouth and ask to sign up for the Win a Dinner with Grace contest, you will get a free copy of Howie's book, Plug Uglies. All you have to do is sign up to win. I will be announcing the winner Thursday, February 25th, and the dinner will be February 26th. It's going to be super fun. I'm going to have a nice meal for myself, maybe get a cocktail, and I would love for you guys to sign up. Just go to the 110 Grill in Plymouth and have a nice bite to eat. And then while you're there, say, I want to sign up to win a dinner with Grace.
All right. That's good. And if you just by signing up, you get a copy of Plug Uglies. It's a good deal.
Which is a great book. A lot of pictures. It's a really good coffee table book. Yeah. If you don't have it.
All right. Thank you. My friends at Eden Pure have done it again. And for as long as supplies last, Thunderstorm Air Purifier will come with a free copy of Kennedy Babylon. That's right. Buy one Thunderstorm Air Purifier and get Kennedy Babylon for free. I don't know if it's going to be one or two, but it's going to be one of them. They're both damn good books. That's in addition to the $10 in savings Eden Pure is already offering on the Thunderstorm.
Well, you're really coming out ahead on this deal.
I am. This is a great deal. You get $10 off and you get a $19.99 book if you order the Thunderstorm, which is a great product to begin with. It's been months and people still ask me if the Thunderstorm really works. Not only does it really work, it works in hours. Our sales rep came down to Florida and there was a funky smell at her Airbnb, but it was no match for the Thunderstorm. You could take the Thunderstorm with you wherever you go. It's so small. And if you run into a strange smell wherever you are, the Thunderstorm can take care of it.
The best part about this product, Howie, is that nobody has to know that you have it. You can conceal it behind a piece of furniture. It's so inconspicuous. It's not going to be seen at all. And inconspicuous or conspicuous? Conspicuous, right?
Inconspicuous.
I was right.
Inconspicuous. You can hold it in your hand and plug it right into the wall. That's why it's so easy to move and take with you on a trip if you have to. The best part is you don't have to replace any air filters, which of course saves you time and money. If you're like me, you're watching very little TV these days, and there's no better to pass the time than to curl up with my book, Kennedy Babylon. You could call it a true crime book, as a matter of fact. The Eden Pure Air Purifier can handle pet, kitchen, tobacco smells, or that damp basement odor. Go to EdenPure.com and put in code word Howie Book. The free book is while supplies last, so grab yours today. Some listeners found the offer over the weekend before we even started promoting it, and they were already getting it, so they're moving fast. Order now, EdenPure.com, code word Howie Book. Shipping is free. I'm Howie Carr.
When Howie's on, every radio is a magic radio.